Harvey's Curbside to Go means you can experience quality anywhere. Call in and pick it up on your way home without leaving your car. No cooking, no cleaning, just dinner. Harvey's, a difference you can taste.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome back, as always, to Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us here on your Thursday morning. Hope you have your cup of coffee and you're ready to go, because tracking another kind of dreary day ahead out there across the board for North Mississippi. We'll talk about outdoor conditions in just a few minutes, but here's what you need to know to get you out the door this morning. More rain is going to be impacting our area today. Now, nothing severe like yesterday, but more rain in the forecast nonetheless. Cooler temps are also back, and they're sticking around for us and making for a very nice weekend ahead. So some nice weather headlines out there this morning that you like to see with cooler temps back in the forecast. Here's what I'm talking about with that dreary day. If you have not stepped out the door this morning, here's a live look at what most of us are looking like this morning. This is over in Lee County and Tupelo, temperatures in the 70s, and I'm still tracking out a whole lot of cloud cover across the board from Tupelo all the way into places like Mabin as well. So again, no matter where you are, most of us looking like this. Lots of clouds to start off your Thursday, and temperatures yet again sticking in the 70s due to all that cloud cover. Here's the difference I'm tracking from yesterday to today. Not a lot of rain in the forecast, at least this morning. Take a look, Mississippi Live radar. Not tracking a whole lot of rain at all. I have to zoom in to show you exactly where there might be a passing light shower. I'm talking enough where you might have to have your windshield wipers on. Tracking a few of those in places closer to Manti, that's over in Webster County, Dancy as well. If you're tracking within that area, even Hohenlinden, seeing a few light shower activity out there if you're in those places in Webster County, and Walker's again getting that a little bit as well. So very light shower activity. Again, I got to zoom in way in to show you who is exactly seeing that. Maybe a few light showers setting up still in places between Aberdeen and Amory as well. And if you're tracking along 278 heading into Alabama and Sulligent, they're tracking a few showers as well along that roadway. So a few showers out there, that's what you need to know. But a majority of the area, even a majority of those counties that I just showed you, waking up very dry this morning. So that's some good news out there. Let's talk about your first 12 hours. Temperature is going to be in the 70s even over the next hour. We're not looking at a huge swing in temperatures today, just like yesterday, starting off in the 70s, ending in the 80s. So not a big temperature difference from morning to afternoon. And rain chances will go up into the afternoon. So even though we're not seeing a lot of coverage right now, about a 5 to 10% chance over the next few hours, we will track it back up to a 30% chance as we head into your afternoon. So a little bit better activity and coverage into those afternoon hours. Here's a look at that front that caused us that grief yesterday with some showers and storms in the forecast. Now that has shifted off to our east. It's continuing to push out of our area. And what we're looking at is what we call post-frontal and then wraparound shower activity from this low pressure system. You can see those showers kind of circulating in places like the Missouri Boot Heel. We'll see those push into our area as we head into your afternoon. That's why I say as we head 3-4 o'clock, a little bit better rain chance. Not saying seeing widespread rainfall, but isolated activity nonetheless. You can see though those heavier pockets. That's why I say no severe weather, because we're on the backside of that front. You can see those strong showers and storms though setting up in places like Atlanta down into the coast. So if you are headed south or east today, you will still be running into some heavy downpours, stronger storms in the mix if you're headed into places like Georgia and then down into the Mississippi Gulf Coast. As we head into your Friday, that front just continues to push further and further east, and we're looking to dry out more and more. Maybe a few showers in the front half of the day, but most of our Friday looking very dry and good to go for those Friday night football games. Same story into Saturday, drying out even more with that system really along the eastern coastline now. looking like a great weekend ahead, a great Saturday and a great Sunday. If you got any plans, maybe you're head out to those SEC football games, no matter what you got going on, it's really going to be nice out there as we head Saturday and then also into our Sunday. Coming up next, we're going to be talking through your latest hour-by-hour forecast. Of course, I will have your last look at your 7-day forecast coming up here in the morning, and we're going to be looking at the latest drought monitor that came out about 5 minutes ago. So we'll be talking about that, looking with that together. I'll take a look at that with you and see what has changed and what hasn't changed. So all of that is coming up right after this. Make sure to stick with us.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Get ready for a night of inspiration, laughter, and support. Join us on Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. at the Tupelo Cotton Mill, where outstanding men from our community will walk in her shoes. You'll hear powerful stories from survivors and caregivers, enjoy delicious food and drinks, and experience live entertainment in an evening filled with fellowship, fun, and hope. All proceeds go to support those bravely fighting cancer. This event is powered by Wear It Well.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McAuley.
Hey, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the Room to Room Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Maggie McAuley, showing you a live look outside this morning on the campus of Mississippi State over in Starkville, Mississippi. This is over in Oktibbeha County. Nice conditions out there, but a lot of clouds, making it kind of hard to get up this morning, right? Temperatures still sitting in the 70s across the board. Nice look there. No ongoing rainfall for those students. Same stories we head over into Pontotoc. Kind of see that low-level clouds. We saw some fog trying to develop this morning as the sun's rising. That is going to squash that fog out, but a really cool view over in that Pontotoc camera. Mississippi Live radar this morning. Again, most of it starting off very dry. A few showers trying to creep into places like Webster County and also closer into that Mississippi and Alabama state line. If you're headed across the state line this morning, likely to maybe see a sprinkle or two. Most of it starting off, though, very dry for your day ahead. So that is some good news out there. Let's talk about where that system is that caused us that grief yesterday. You can see that low pressure system with that extended cold front now pushing out of our area into places more like central Tennessee, into central Alabama and Georgia this morning. We are seeing a little bit of that wraparound precip in the Missouri Boot Heel. That's going to be impacting us really for our afternoon ahead. So I'll have your latest hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes. Let's talk about your airport delays this morning. If you're headed out on a flight early this morning, not looking at any major delays region-wide, and then also internationally, really regionally on all of our international airports, not looking at many delays, a few moderate delays over in the Boston airport. So if you're headed up to Boston, or maybe you have a connecting flight up there, yes, seeing a little bit of a moderate delay all the way to our north in the Boston airport. The rest of us, though, very good to go if you are hopping on a flight this morning. If you're sticking here in North Mississippi, we're seeing temperatures in the 70s, 72 over your next hour, 75 by 10, middle to upper 70s by 11. Not a big difference you can see in our temperatures today. That's going to be the main story, topping out in the 80s at best. Some of us even sticking in the 70s. You can see there from Senatobia, South Haven, Holly Springs, Alcorn County, Tishomingo County, a lot of areas sticking in the 70s if you're closer to that Tennessee state line, but a lot of us mainly in the 80s, low 80s at that, 82 in Eupora, 82 over in Grenada, 80 in Cleveland. Let's talk about those rain chances out there, shall we? As we head into those mid-morning hours, so this is at 9 a.m. this morning, we're going to be tracking a few showers in the area, but you can see here very light shower activity stretching from Tunica County all the way into places like Iuka, Alcorn County getting in on that. These will begin to dive in and become a little bit more coverage, a little bit more coverage as we head into your afternoon. So noon and on, seeing some isolated activity throughout the entirety of the area. A few of these into the afternoon, you can see kind of those more red, orange dots within those storms. could be storms, could be just a little bit more heavy downpours into your afternoon. Not looking at anything severe, but some of these could be briefly heavy at times into the afternoon, but very isolated in nature, and not everybody getting in on that rainfall this afternoon either. As we head 7 o'clock and on, a few of those hanging around, but really should be diminishing after sunset. So that's some good news. As we head overnight, things look to really dry out. Let's talk about your Friday forecast, because looking nice out there. Yes, we could track a few showers out the door, mainly for areas closer to that Mississippi-Alabama state line. Majority of us look to stay dry for the entirety of your Friday, dry into your afternoon, dry into your evening. So even as we head 3 o'clock and on, look at that northerly wind in place, mainly dry conditions, sunshine starting to come back out. It's going to be a really nice Friday ahead if you got any plans, or if maybe you're headed to the Friday night football game. So let's talk about high temperatures for Friday, back in the 80s for everybody for the most part. 80 in Oxford for your Friday high, 82 in Water Valley, 83 in Clarksdale, 80 up in Corinth, 82 in Starkville, 80 in Vernon. So you can see there, most of us in the 80s, still trying to hang on to the 70s from Iuka down into Hamilton, Alabama. That's because that's where that rain could be placed into the afternoon, keeping them a little bit cooler than everybody else. Let's talk about our high school game of the week presented by KC Lott. Battle of the Waves, Tupelo and West Point is our game of the week. And we're going to be seeing a nice conditions out there for it, no matter where you are. Pre-game activity is going to be in the upper 70s. We'll fall through the 70s as we head throughout the game, even rounding out in the 60s by the time you're headed home. For your weekend forecast ahead, if you got any plans, I would take them outdoors. Things are looking more around average, northerly wind in place, lots of sunshine in the forecast. Overall, just a really great weekend out there. Middle 80s both days. Yes, tracking a little bit warmer Sunday than Saturday. Overall, though, just a nice weekend. Really cannot complain about it. Let's talk about your rainfall totals over the past 7 days. I know this is like, ooh, what is going on? It's a lot in one graphic, a lot of colors everywhere. But I wanted to show you who saw the majority of rainfall over the past 7 days. And that really was places closer to that Mississippi and Tennessee state line, from Holly Springs up into Memphis. Could have seen above 2 inches, even to 3 inches of rainfall. Same story over in the Delta. So this is the majority of the area that got a lot of that rainfall for the most part. Everybody else maybe an inch to a half of an inch. I'm going to check here with you and see if this drought monitor did update. I'm looking for update in our system. Last time I looked, I really wanted to show you it. It hadn't. So let me make sure and see if it has. No, it has not. Oh, yes, it has updated. So this is a live look at our drought monitor, our updated drought monitor at that. So making sure that that is the updated one. Yes, it is. Okay, so good news. This is the updated drought monitor. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Because I wanted to make sure you saw it. It's the newest information. This just came out. I'm talking just came out over the past 10 minutes. So I'm kind of looking at this for the first time with you. Wanted to see that was different than the past, and we're still seeing, unfortunately, that severe drought stretching in places like Tennessee, close to Alcorn County, and then also stretching into places like Panola County and Lafayette County. You can see it there from Hernando down into Oxford and Water Valley. Also even seeing extreme drought setting up in places closer to us from Jackson, Tennessee into Bolivar, and also that moderate drought still tracking into places like Bruce and Lee County. So keeping our eye on this. I thought maybe we'd have a little bit better conditions because of that rain that moved forward, but it just simply was not enough. So that's a look at our latest drought monitor. Let me show you your latest 7-day forecast before I do let you go this morning. Here's a look at it. 80s today, 80s tomorrow, drying out for your Friday. So really nice conditions out there. Head into Saturday and Sunday, middle 80s. So yes, a little bit warmer, but more average for this time of year. And overall, just nice out there. As we had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, conditions will get a little bit warmer. We'll be in the upper 80s. Very slight rain chance as we head into the middle portion of your next work week. And temperatures eventually getting back into the middle 80s Wednesday and on. Overall, what you need to know is 90s aren't in the forecast over the next 7 days. So that is some really good news. Also, though, not a lot of widespread rain as we head after today. So not great news for those ongoing drought conditions. But overall, that's a look at your 7-day forecast. As always, thank you so much for waking up and starting your day here at Mississippi Live Weather with me. We'll have our next live broadcast at 5 and 6. So make sure to tune in with Matt and Gabe. Then they'll let you know everything you need to know and track out the latest shower activity with you there in the Room to Room Weather Center.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.